Hi again, it's Laura Mitchell reporting to you live from the Digital Health Summit studio at CES 2016. I'm here with Emmett Williams from MyZone. You're the president of MyZone, so welcome to the show.
Thank you, Laura.
So tell me a little bit about MyZone. What is it?
Well, MyZone's an exercise tracker, but what we do is we focus on concerted activity, not incidental activity. Because we believe that exercisers want relevant and accurate data when they're exercising to motivate them to hit their numbers.
Okay, so you've got some new interesting launches going on. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well look, primarily for the last 5 years we've been a chest strap, so a heart rate monitor around the chest, and we turn that heart rate information into a point system to make it palatable for the masses to understand, because heart rate data is very hard to swallow. And what we've found is that the female segment of the community have come back and said, hey look, we perceive chest straps to be uncomfortable.
Right.
Now when we survey our users, they say something very different, but we've got to deal with the perception.
Right.
So
that's marketing of it, yeah.
That's exactly right. So at the CES show this year, we've just launched our sports bra.
Okay, that's a great idea, yeah.
Yeah, so the module actually sits on the sports bra itself. And because the sensors are within the bra, the accuracy is still where a chest strap would normally be.
Okay, so there's been so much news around this industry. You know, you see all of the wearables on the show floor. You can't help but run into it, and then there's aisles after aisles. Talk about how you're different. Talk about what you're seeing.
Yeah, good point. Most of the wearables out there are tracking metrics that may be irrelevant. You see, the World Health Organization have come out and they haven't said you need to sleep more or you need to take 10,000 steps. The World Health Organization have come out and said you need to do exercise, and more specifically you need to do 150 minutes of moderate activity or 75 minutes of vigorous activity. So what we've done is we've folded our point system into that instruction, and our status ranking and badges and the like all speak to that metric there. And you know, in our mind, you've got to measure what matters.
Gotcha.
And that's not steps, that is absolutely concerted activity.
Okay, so you're thinking that some are making some false presumptions and encouraging behaviors that might not be accurate?
Yeah, well, they are, because they're counting steps, and that is not what the focus should be according to the World Health Organization. You know, in the press this week there's been a lot said about wrist-based monitors and how inaccurate they are, not to name names, but that's always been the limitation of wrist-based devices. They use optical blood flow and they predict what the heart rate is, but it's a prediction, and when you're moving in a non-rhythmic motion, that prediction falls off course, and when a number is inaccurate, it becomes disengaging and irrelevant.
So how do we find you online? How do we contact you?
Yeah, good question, myzone.org.
Okay, great, and I'm sure you're on all the social media as well?
Absolutely.
Folks, this is Emmett Williams. He's from MyZone, and I'm reporting to you live from the Digital Health Summit studio at CES 2016. This is Laura Mitchell.